What is up? Welcome back to World of Warships. It's me, and here I am in my favorite ship in the game, the Tier 6 British light cruiser, the HMS Fiji. This ship is honestly absolutely amazing. I'm pretty sure it's been said by anyone who you've watched playing this game that plays these ships, but the Fiji might be pound for pound the best cruiser at tier 6 at very least, and potentially in the game just for consistency, ease of use, and the ability to keep shots on target and keep damage coming in. So here we are, and yep, it's a normal World of Warships Legends match in 2020, so the horns are being spammed, and I join in on it. It's good fun. Some people find it annoying, but why get mad about something like that? Of all the things you could get mad about in a game, why get mad about guys having fun with horns that they've waited for a year? So I'm getting into position over here. It is a capture the base match, so I'm just going to try and maneuver into a position and work this side of the map here. Don't really like being on this side of the map because you don't get a lot of open space to work with, and there are always battleships over here. So let's see what we can find. We'll post up over here. I've got a couple of friendlies coming in on my right, which is nice, and there's our first spot. So I'm gonna pop the smoke here. I should be in a good enough position to work these guns on these dudes and disengage when needed. A little sad that the destroyer pops smoke as well, but let's put some shots out on this Richelieu. He seems to still be coming straight in. What do we got back there? Nothing important, so we're gonna keep bullying this Richelieu for now. But right behind that Richelieu, that's the target I'm looking for. That was a broadside Gneisenau. And if there's one thing that I cannot overstress about these AP cruisers, is they absolutely punish German battleships. It's crazy how well they punish a German battleship. We're gonna take some shots on that Atlanta just because he decided to come across. Very target-rich environment out here, and I love this. So let's begin beating up this Gneisenau. A little less than 3,000 on that salvo, but he looks like he's slowing down. He might have beached. There we go, a 6K salvo. Nice tight shots, decent damage, and this is AP damage, so he's not going to be able to heal out of this damage. So, as much as battleship captains think that fires and HE spam is what's killing them, this AP damage is pound for pound more threatening to his health. Alright, so there we go. Couple of salvos. We backed out of the way because I'm going to try and come around to the other side of these islands now. But nice start of the match. A little less than 30,000 damage, and that Gneisenau is on half health. And if he's smart, he is trying to run away from the situation he's in, because there's at least one HE spammer near him. Oh, and what do we got here? And we got a Wichita pulling up behind us. I don't know if he was late to join or if he's just DC'd and finally joined back in, but it looks like he's finally moving, so that's good. Having a Wichita on your side is both nice for he's a priority target for most people, and he's got very effective guns, so if he wants to bully someone, so be it. We're gonna pull out over here to the left. Gneisenau's still there. Atlanta's still moving around in the open, it looks like, which is risky for an Atlanta, but alright. We're gonna keep dropping damage on this Gneisenau. Try and DPS this guy down. Alright, so we're gonna continue bullying this Gneisenau here. I do want him gone. I do want to avoid the map border. Definitely going to hit the map border. It's almost unavoidable on this map, on this particular spawn. And frankly, I'd prefer to hit the border than to get hit by either of these guys. So, fire the torps. The guy's now smart. He detected the torps and has kept going on the path that he's going, which works for me. I can absolutely damage this Geniza now at that angle, and if I can keep him from firing all of his guns, or potentially getting his torps off, I'm fine with that. Little annoyed by the Atlanta firing AP at me, not because I expect the AP to deal much damage, but because it's an Atlanta firing AP at me. He's just farming hits, he's not doing any damage. No one gave him the memo that his guns don't really pack that kind of punch at this range. But whatever, back to the Geniza now. He is burning, he's having a very bad time, and yeah, Fiji doing Fiji things. And there's kill number 1. Atlanta behind an island. What will he do? He will get shot at. Because unlike his AP, my AP does in fact pack a punch. So we're gonna beat up that Atlanta a little bit. Give him something to think about. Remind him of the error of his transgressions. And maybe sneak a kill out of this. Salvo's in the air. It's looking good. It's looking very good. Turret down, but he gets eaten by the friendly Jean Bart. Which I'm fine with. Good for him. He needed it. So here we are. It's a little bit of a suspense thriller moment here, as I've got 2 planes flying over me and only 1 ship capable of carrying a plane here. So I question to myself, where's this Richelieu at? Did he keep pushing straight? Did he reverse out? What did he do? Well, the answer is told by that plane coming in for a landing. What he did was came all the way over here to give me a nice warm welcome to enemy territory. Which is exactly what he's going to do. He's going to give me a welcome, and I'm going to leave him a tip, and I'm going to head off to my room for a nice day of, well, it looks like French toast. Yeah, the Fiji can absolutely bounce Richelieu and Jean Bart's off the bow. It's kind of hilarious. He will take minimal damage, and he will take a reprieve from this match. And that's kill 2. Battleships 0, Fiji 2. Bully status still maintained. Still living that bully life. Gonna let the turret come back, and I'm gonna take a quick breather here to think about what my next move is. I don't need to push their cap, because it looks like about half of my team's doing a pretty good job of pushing that from the east up there. So I am thinking, let's cut straight across the middle and see if we can't mop up anyone trying to keep us from, well, keep us from pushing through the middle to their cap. With those ships that are running right up the middle serving as a perfect distraction to any enemies that might be here. Trying to encourage Jean Bart to join in on the fight and, you know, get stuck in. He's got full health at this point in the game, which is frankly insulting. But let's keep it moving. Put on the steam, come around the island, and let's see what we can get up to over here. This Fiji right here, the important thing to note is it is an incredibly sneaky cruiser. I do want to say I believe I'm at a 9.5, 9.7 kilometer detection range. It's short by cruiser standards. I'm very stealthy by cruiser standards. And that plays great into it. Because it gives you 2 tools for the price of 1. You get good concealment, so you can disengage just by simply going stealth and not firing and getting out of detection range. But you can also disengage through the ever popular, ever present British smoke screens. So, yeah, you got a lot of tools here. What I don't have is a lot of heals. I believe my build only provides me with 1 heal. Maybe 2. I do not run fully packed. I run on the Fiji exclusively the Azure Lane Belfast Commander. because I really like the perk for decreased detectability while firing from smoke. Pretty much when you're in a smoke screen with Belfast as your commander, you have the detection range of a destroyer. You are practically invisible in smoke, no matter how close they get to you. And that's great, because that's sort of the name of the game here. You get into a position not too far from the battle, but not too close to the point where you've obviously overextended, and you lay the hurt on. So the Baltimore saw me. That ain't great. But that's fine. I've got an island between me and the Baltimore. This Kutuzov has, well, sort of stumbled into a game he doesn't want to play. That game is, can I win a knife fight against a cruiser hunter? The answer is no, and we're going to illustrate that by firing these torpedoes. I'm banking on him having his hydro running, and him knowing that those torpedoes are coming, so he won't pull out. Had the torpedoes worked, he'd have died. But him staying there means he will die. I'm gonna get all this free damage on him, begin reversing, because I expect his torpedoes to come out. Snag a couple of citadels, and begin making myself a skinny target just to avoid these torps. There we go, Kutuzov finished off. Couple of citadels in rapid succession. Rapidly sent that man back to port. Torpedoes coming in, and that one actually left a stamp on the hull. And there's the Baltimore, who... I should have died here. This should have been the end of me when that Baltimore came around, because I had a flat broadside to him and I was a stationary target. But lucky for me, he was firing HE. By the time he switches to AP, I've already moved, and his shots go a little bit wide of where he wants. We're gonna pop smoke to disengage. I'm still radared, but that's fine. I will drop the torps behind me, hopefully to dissuade him from pursuing me at too tight a course. I'd like to keep him sailing straight as long as possible, just so I can get into a position. That smoke isn't for me to hide in. That smoke is for me to blind him with. So no longer radared, and no longer surface detected. So we're gonna come around here, drop some torps through the smoke, and we're just gonna sort of angle at him and poke the bear a little bit. Try and encourage him to really come out here. Actually just gonna play dumb for a minute here, because I'm pretty confident in that he cannot pen me from this angle. And he definitely can't if he keeps firing HE. Him firing HE right now means he also does not believe he could pen me from this angle. Research would show that he totally could. The American 203s will absolutely eat this ship. The stern armor is not nearly as strong as the bow armor, but it sets him up for a crossfire from the friendly Iowa, and he is gone. So 114,000 damage. Top of the charts are 2,500 XP, and that is the game. Thanks for coming, and we'll see you next time.